Yeah, doing stuff, doing things, even though it drives me insane. I like doing things and stuff. Nobody's watching, so nobody knows what I'm doing. Oh, I'm singing. There's my video. Share, copy link. There we go. Yeah, maybe people will see it now if I drop this on Twitters. Doing things and stuff. Chill. So I got 3 people viewing right now. Well, good. Hey, everybody. Get ready to do things and stuff. Doing things. Doing stuff. Doing things and doing stuff. Doing things and doing stuff. Doing things and doing stuff. We got Ichthus in here. He says, what's up? Not much, Ichthus. Still putting these things, getting these things ready. I had somebody, got Ash and Jackal. Somebody was asking me why did it, it's taking me so long to do these books. Because, there's always got to be something going on. I guess there's a conspiracy behind it or something. But one reason it's taking so long is because I have to put the book in there. Now, if you just buy just the book, if that's all you got, then you get this ash can, you get 2 stickers, you get 4 trading cards. So I have to, well, you also get two 11 by 17 pinups. So I have to take every bag like this and pack the bag before I can ever start packing anything else. So all the ones that just got the book, all those are packed up. Everybody who got extra things, like say, some people got the book in issue 1. So now I have to take all this and I have to put issue 1 in here, then put it in the thing, and then put the pinups in there. So that's why it's taking a while. Plus, there's like a million different packages. Just the regular book. Some people got the regular book plus this. Some people got the regular book plus this and the Muttman cover. Some people just got the Muttman cover. Some people got a secret perk with a variant by J. Paul Sheik. Some people got a package that comes with stickers and pins. So there's some people got T-shirts. So there's a million different packages to do, and it's going to take a while because it's just me. But it's going to get fulfilled. So just keep your britches on. There's no conspiracy. You'll get your book. The only thing is now we're covering up that Eric Hawkins artwork. Looky there. Covering up that Eric Hawkins artwork. This is a killer package right here, man. You get all this stuff. You get the issue 1, which looks completely rad. So I've got to pack that. This is going to take me a while. Maybe if I had a team of people. Eric Hawkins says, but I don't have my britches on. You don't have your britches on? Video James says, that's a lot of work. Yeah, like I've only, here the last couple weeks, I only have 1 day a week I can work on this. Today I've had, this week I've had 2, which is awesome. Ashton Jacobs says, no way I'm doing that with my campaign, keeping it simple. Dude, that's from here on out, I really learned on this one. From here on out, that's what I'm doing, keeping it simple. Like the vestry guys, I told them, and the same thing I told 6 when I was doing his, was to keep it simple. It's easier to ship out, and most people don't really care about extra stuff. But I feel like the people, that once they get the book and see all the extras, they're gonna be like, hey. Because I don't think, even when you see stuff wrote down, you don't really think about all the extra stuff you're really getting. So I think people will dig it. They'll be like, "That's pretty rad, Doug." I'll be like, "Yeah, it is. It's totally rad." Then I'll turn into a ninja. Plus, these aren't exactly the envelopes, as old timers would say, that I wanted. So things fits a little bit goofier than what I wanted. I don't really want to take the time to wait on the right envelopes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and send these out. And if anybody has a problem, all they got to do is email me and say, "Hey, Doug, I had a problem with that," and I'll say, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it." And I'll take care of it. It's just gonna take a while, guys. The thing is, after I do all these regular books, I've got the Brad Ashworth covers I have to fulfill, and then I have the hardback books I have to fulfill. But one awesome thing, a lot of people don't know, some of these extra packages get even more stuff. Um, the people who I did a perk called, I think it's the Wolf, it's either the Wolf Pack or the Wolfomaniacs. It gets extra stickers and pins, and it also gets a special pin up and some other stuff. So I mean, it's gonna be really rad. People get the hardbacks is gonna get all the extra stuff too, because they spend all the extra money on the hardback, and I really appreciate it. At this point, um, I'm pretty much paying for these extras out of pocket, but I don't care because I'm not doing this to make a lot of money. I'm not doing this to be popular with a bunch of weirdos on the internet. I, I'm doing this just to create something and say, "Hey, look, I did a thing," and whatever. Same reason I made music for years and years, nobody listened to it, just because it's all I want to do. Because I like to do. Let's see, let me get this link here. Copy to clipboard. And we'll get somebody wants to drop in and talk, they can talk to while I'm doing all this nonsense. I think next time I do pinups as well, I'm just doing like just regular comic size ones and not the big ones, because I don't want to have to fold them. And then some people gets upset because they're folded. But that's just how it is. Can't make everybody happy all the time. But if 2 or 3 people stick over this, then that's all that matters. Do. Oh, so last night I couldn't sleep. I was up super mega late. Well, actually, I went to sleep and I woke up about 3 for some reason. And I couldn't go back to sleep, so I watched most of that new Transformers show that's on Netflix. That War for Cybertron, completely rad. Definitely worth checking out. Go check that out. Yeah, the pins, I always try to wrap them with bubble wrap or tape them to like a part of the envelope. I'll probably not send when people get all the pins and stuff. I'll probably drop their books in the envelope, but then put it in the flat rate bubble wrap bag so I can drop the pins and stuff down in there and it not mess anything up. We don't want anything to get messed up. I forget how nice these comics are until I start handling them again. Do 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 do. Like I said, anybody, if you want to drop in, feel free to drop in. How many pages is this book? Um, it started off as 80 pages originally, and with stretch goals, we got it up to 120. So that's all. There's cover pages for all the stories and have the people's Twitter handles and stuff on it, and there's some artwork and stuff. But went from 80 pages of story, you get 120. So I think it's pretty good. Then if you got along with issue one with that, that's an extra 24-page book that you get. So it's pretty rad. Really proud of these little packages here. It might have took a while, but people are going to open these and they're going to be like, man, that's rad. That's rad. Eric said to put my pins in a baseball card sleeve with a business card to help keep it from poking anything. That's a good idea. Need to print me a bunch of business cards. Say something ridiculous on them. Do, do, do. I think on my updates for the book, I'm going to start putting links to these streams in there so people can go and see why it's taking the book, more than a couple days. The thing is, at this point, I've already fulfilled half of the orders. So half of them's going out right now. I'm pretty tickled with that. What's going to take the longest is the hardbacks. One thing, I don't have the hardbacks or the Brad Ashworth cover here because I don't have room. Right now, I'm sitting at my kitchen table and it's covered with Lone Wolf stuff. I've got some stuff in that room in there. And now that we've got super warm, hot weather, if it won't rain for a while, I'm going to clean out that room. And I've got 2 old card tables. I'm going to set them up and put all my shipping supplies in the closet in there. Put all my books, all the boxes under the tables, and all the tables, I'll have everything I need to ship. So I can arrange everything, get everything ready to go, and not have no problems. Make things go a lot easier. A lot quicker. Once again, anybody wants to jump in, there's the link. Feel free to jump in. I have some really neat books and stuff left over. I over order a little bit just in case, there's some bad books in the run, or in case people's stuff gets messed up in shipping or whatever, so I can ship them a replacement. But I'm hoping that I have some. Oh, there we go. What's up?
How's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good, man. How you doing?
It's good. Yeah, not too bad. Pretty tired. It's like 3:15 in the morning here. Yeah,
it's pretty late. What are you doing up so late?
Oh, I didn't want to miss out on the stream. And yeah, keep you company. Yeah, I just wanted to drop by and say, the book's definitely worth it. It's so good I bought it twice.
And I really appreciate that, man. And I really hope that you dig it. Did you
No, it's
already
really
read the PDF?
the PDF. Yeah, man, I read it. Really
Oh,
good.
cool. Cool. I'm
Was it
glad
125 pages? Yeah, I think.
uh, it's somewhere around there. I know there's a few extras
Yeah,
because of the
yeah.
artwork and stuff, but
No, you all did a really good job. Really
I
good.
appreciate it. It's been such a pain in the butt, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're balancing your regular job on top of, this as well. So, got your work cut out for you. You're doing really, really good job.
Yeah, I
So,
appreciate that, dude.
yeah.
I appreciate that. Well, you know how Twitter is. People always get somebody's got to be upset about something.
Yeah, yeah. Just be patient. The guy's working.
Well,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people always think that there's some kind of conspiracy. It's like, I bet Doug spent all that money on cheeseburgers.
Doug
That's why.
works for the government.
Yeah. Why I haven't got my money or my book.
He's he's a spy.
That's right. Spy on people.
Yeah. So, how's your day been? You got the day off?
Yeah, it was nice. I got to sleep all night
Oh,
and
that's good.
got to watch some cartoons.
Oh, nice. What cartoons?
That Netflix has a new Transformers series, and it's computer animated called War for Cybertron.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool.
Oh, dude, it's really really good. It's way better than any of the movies, and just
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's not like a kids show either. That's what I liked. It's made for everybody, even though it's computer animated.
Oh, that's neat. Is the voice acting in that pretty good too?
Yeah, I don't know that it is Peter Cullen doing um, Optimus because sometimes it kind of sounds funny, but if it's not, the dude nails it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I'm a big nerd and I like Transformers. So
Yeah, that's probably a little bit before my time, but yeah, I grew up with sort of like '90s stuff, I guess, like Power Rangers and that, and yeah, Earthworm Jim, of course.
yeah, just a little bit after me.
Yeah, just a little bit. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 36 years old.
36. Oh yeah, I'm 32, so there's a 4-year gap. Yeah.
Yeah, and so when I was a kid, also like the Transformers and GI Joe stuff. When I watched it, was all reruns, anyways.
Oh yeah.
I mostly was in the Ninja Turtles. That was my big thing.
Oh, Ninja Turtles was cool. We got like Street Sharks or something like that. It was like a rip off.
I remember that show too. It's
Remember
kind
the
of
Toxic Crusaders?
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I remember that cartoon came out, and I was at the video store, and I wanted to rent the movie because I thought it was, like the cartoon. And I remember my mom being like, "No, we're not renting it. That's terrible."
Yeah, isn't it like a hardcore horror film or something?
Oh, it's like a Lloyd Kaufman low budget, like got lots of really ultra violent stuff in it. I think he smashes somebody's head or something and explodes everywhere. I don't know why they based a cartoon off of something so violent. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's a pretty odd thing to base a kid's cartoon off of. I remember, like, even with Batman and stuff, I used to love the Batman the Animated Series when I was a kid. I
Yeah.
still do. But I always wanted to see the movie when I heard there was a movie coming out, and Mum was like, "No, you're not watching that." I'm like, "Why not?" And everyone, like, at my school was watching it, but I was one of those poor unfortunate souls that missed out. So,
Yeah, I know how you feel. My mom and dad watched Batman Returns. They heard it was, pretty rough, so they watched it. And then I wasn't allowed to watch it. I didn't see it until I was old enough to go to drive myself to the video store and buy it or rent it.
freaking McDonald's came out with toys and stuff as well to celebrate its release, and it's like it's not a kids' film.
Batman Returns, man, is rough. Rough. My nephews were wanting to watch it a while back because they've seen like Batman Forever and the real goofy one, Batman and Robin. And I was like, no, I'm like, you guys can't watch that. Your mom and dad would kill me if I let you watch that because it's so bad.
Yeah, it's just Same with my niece. It's sort of like she's getting nearly age 15, and it's sort of like I want to show her the cool movies, but yeah.
We got Eric Hawkins in the chat. He says it isn't the original voice actors, but they did a great job. Yeah, I thought the voices were pretty good. I knew Bumblebee wasn't the original voice, and they didn't even have Ironhide speak. I don't know if they just didn't want to try to replace that voice actor or what. He never spoke. But the voices were pretty good. I could tell that Megatron was a different voice, but I was okay with it. And Starscream as well. Rod says, what about Biker Mice from Mars?
Oh, yes, I remember that.
I do too. I like that one. I thought it was pretty rad.
That was cool.
I had a couple of the comic books. They were really, they were just like the cartoon, but they were kind of weird.
There's another one called like SWAT Cats as well, or something.
I remember SWAT Cats. That came on Cartoon Network, I think.
There's sort of a show I didn't really appreciate much when I was a kid, but if I watched it now, I'd probably think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Were you around when the Cowboys of Moo Mesa came out?
What was that? Sorry,
the Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
I haven't heard it.
They were cows that were cowboys. It came out shortly after Ninja Turtles. They were trying to capitalize on that whole Ninja Turtle type thing.
Yeah. I've never heard of that one. That's
interesting. It's ridiculous.
I have to Google it. It didn't make it all the way to the Middle Earth.
Yeah. I don't think it was on. I don't think it even finished the whole season on TV, if I can remember right. Of course, I thought it was awesome when I saw it because you probably weren't even alive. I think it's probably like 4 or 5 then.
No, probably was just born.
Yeah.
I was born in '88, so just at the end of the '80s.
Yeah, you're the same. You're the same age as my youngest brother.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So, you playing good games lately?
Any good games? I've been sort of playing a bit of Animal Crossing. I haven't really been too creatively motivated lately, and it's sort of, I think I've spent a lot, because I did a lot of freelance work, and I just feel like I want to work on my own stuff. You feel a bit burnt out after a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm just sort of taking a bit of a break at the moment, taking a few deep breaths and, going out and sort of taking a little bit more break from like screens. And then, I'll probably get back into it very soon. I've started doing like a little comic type thing, but it's nothing to be too impressed about. It's just like my mum actually wrote the story for it, and I thought I'd turn it into like a little comic thing. So just to pass the time by to get the creative juices flowing, because I've just sort of you need sort of input and output, so you need sort of to go out and discover the world and get a little bit more inspiration, and then get back on the screens. That's what I find.
I know what you mean. I've had a couple people commission me to do music, and I don't know if it's just where I've just been working a lot or what, but I just can't. It's like I just got a block in my head.
Yeah.
It's like I need a vacation, and then I need to come back, and maybe I can work on it then.
Yeah, man, you just need that break, hey?
Yeah, because my job is not physically demanding at all. I don't have to do anything. But it takes a toll on you mentally because, you're taking care of other people.
Yeah.
And a lot of times Like on my days off, I don't do anything. It's like I need that what little time I have to recharge my brain.
Yeah. Just play a video game or something, or watch
Yeah.
some TV, or just something. Yeah, just give you
Like,
that sort of.
like usually here lately when I stream, that's kind of my just I'm cooling off from work and I'll play my puzzle game or whatever.
Oh yeah,
That's just
that
me
puzzle
shutting
game.
my brain down from work.
Yeah, you definitely need it. So you haven't been doing much banjo playing, or?
You know what? I haven't touched my banjo. I don't know how long. I
Oh,
think, man, I don't know. It's probably been months. I need to set a strings on it. I just haven't felt like playing. I had a dream last night that I played it. It was
oh,
weird.
oh yeah, you said something in your last stream that you had a weird dream or something. You want to sort of expand on that, or is that too weird?
He was pretty weird. I can't like. There's two parts of it. One part of it, somebody was here in my house trying to play banjo, and I was like, "No, this is how you play banjo. I'm gonna take the banjo and play it." Then I start hearing puppies cry, and I'm like,
Oh,
"Why is there puppies in my house?" And I start finding these little white husky puppies everywhere. So I'm trying to gather them up because I don't want anything to happen to them. I'm gathering up all these puppies. And I'm like, Axel, where are these puppies? And here comes Axel with another husky. And I'm like, where did this other husky come from? And why are all these babies here? And like it was almost a nightmare because I'm like just searching the house for husky puppies. Weirdest
you
dream
just
I've ever had in my life.
it's so weird how everything just changes on the fly when you're in a dream. Like it's just real weird, eh?
Yeah.
Like what the
It's like,
hell inspires you to? Yeah,
it's like, where did this come from? I can understand Axel being in my dream because I see him all the time. But the
yeah.
rest of it was just like, what?
Oh, that's neat. Um,
Ashley Jackal says, was there a strange looking man in your dream? There was somebody in my dream. I don't remember what they looked like. They were the one trying to play banjo. Apparently, they're the one that brought all the puppies with them. So, my only explanation for it.
I would rather watch the Adam West Batman movie compared to Batman and Robin. That's what Gotham Knight says.
I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. My nephew actually used to watch that all the time at my house, too. Because I would laugh hysterically when they're in the bat copter. I can't remember something about flying next to the ocean, and a bat jumps up and grabs Batman's leg, and he goes, "Robin, throw me the bat shark repellent." And Robin throws it to him, and he sprays it all over the shark, and the shark just falls off. Like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's like so bad that it's good in
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine them making a TV show now where something like that happened?
It'd be too much creativity now, wouldn't it, for mainstream TV?
Yeah, probably.
um, just need if it was a reality TV show, then yeah, maybe like a week of Batman where someone dresses up like a superhero and they have to like a camera follows them around of their daily life.
Yeah.
How many people did you save this week? Oh, only two. Then you're eliminated. I'm sorry to say.
You are the weakest link.
Yeah, I got to learn. I'm trying to learn acoustic guitar, but my dad actually used to play like acoustic guitar and stuff. He died when I was 9 months old, and so I never really knew him. But I really wanted to sort of learn guitar in his honor,
Yeah.
and I learned how to play Happy Birthday. I learned just before my mum's birthday how to play Happy Birthday. It's like the only song I know how to play. So any excuse to play Happy Birthday. It's not your birthday today, is it?
I wish it was. I'd be like, play me that song.
Yeah, it's so it's
That's
something I
funny.
really want to learn.
Yeah, man. I can't remember why I started wanting to play guitar, but I wanted to play so bad. My mom had this. It's hanging on my wall now. It's just a wall decoration. She had this acoustic guitar, and I was trying to learn to play it, and it's like unplayable. The way it's made, it's just junk. It's just cheap junk. And I learned a couple chords, and my grandpa took me and bought me a guitar, bought me a brand new guitar. And my mom and dad was like, "I wish you had done that." And he'll probably just, never play that, and it'll be a waste of money and all this stuff. And man, I started playing, and I think I played every day, probably for years and years and years.
Oh,
I love playing guitar, man. It's one of my favorite things in the whole world.
what's the first tune you learned to play?
One of the first things I learned to play probably was "Breaking the Law" by Judas Priest.
Oh, really?
uh, I had found my mom and dad's old record collection, and I would just pull out random records and start playing them. And I remember I was listening to "Breaking the Law," and I sat and figured out the notes. It was like one of the first things, because I used to figure stuff out by ear. Because at that time there was no YouTube. You couldn't get on YouTube, and somebody would be like, "Here's how you play this."
You look up tutorials and whatnot.
Yeah. Everybody's like, kids are so much better now. It's like, well, they've got it right here in front of them.
Yeah, they've
When
got
I
all
was
the
a kid,
shortcuts.
you had to beg somebody to show you something, or like another thing that really helped me is I started playing in a punk rock band. I could play power chords if I wasn't that great. But I started playing the band with these guys, and I would watch the other guitar player, and I learned so much just from doing that.
That's awesome. You're in a punk rock band.
Yeah, I've been in a couple. We were so cool. By cool, I mean we were dorks.
Did you have many groupies?
Nah, people around here, man, where I live, they weren't into that. If we'd have been a country band, they'd have been like, "Oh," Nobody liked that music. Everybody was like, "You guys play too fast." Because all of our songs were super fast.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, I played in like a billion different bands. A couple of them were signed to small labels, but that never went nowhere.
Oh,
Usually, by the time one of the bands I was in would get noticed by a label, everybody was burnt out. We played so many shows and done all this crap, and you're just kind of tired of it. And then somebody wants to sign you to a label, and it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's funny.
Did you do quite a lot of covers and stuff, or did you do a lot of original?
We mostly did originals. Rod, that is in the chat here, Rod, he was the drummer in a couple of bands I was in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Rod's a good guy.
So what was your band called?
The band I was in with Rod was called Diesel and Dust.
Diesel and Dust. Oh, cool.
We actually have a Bandcamp page, bandcamp.com/Diesel and Dust. And you can download the stuff we recorded for free.
Oh, awesome.
If you want
to put the link in the chat. Awesome.
But like I was in a band before that with the singer from Diesel and Dust, and it was called The Sense. And we actually were getting ready to go on this tour and sign to this label. That was the band where everybody got burnt out and just kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Then years after playing with Rod, I was in a country band. I didn't really want to be in the band. It's just kind of weird how it happened.
Bit of a change of pace for you.
Yeah. It's one of those, I just wanted to play music real bad, so I went and played with these guys. And we ended up signing to like some indie label and making a CD. And it was kind of cool for a little bit because they would play our song on the radio up here.
That's cool.
Yeah, it got old. That band broke up.
Oh,
One of the guys got on drugs and
oh man.
crazy stuff.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens with all bands I've ever been in, though. If they're not on drugs and they become alcoholics or something, or everybody just starts hating each other.
I haven't been in a band, but my cousin used to be really sort of quite witty, quite onto it, good sense of humor, and he went down the drug path, and it's just like, oh, like you wouldn't even think he's the same person anymore.
Yeah,
Just yeah, sucks. It changes people. It does.
it does.
Yeah.
Well, like what's crazy is the one guy in the band had actually went to jail and been in trouble for drugs and everything, and he was supposed to be like he was clean. We were playing music with him, and and it was like he was like, "All this music helps me, stay off all that mess and everything." And we didn't realize it, but he was like going off and doing drugs behind our back.
Oh,
He was doing whatever he could to try to get the band to break up because he didn't want to do the band because he wanted to do drugs instead.
so it's less about the music, more about the drugs.
Yeah.
Mm, that
Like,
sucks.
these days, that's why I do. I just record music myself.
You're like a one man band at the moment, are you?
Yeah,
That's probably the safest way to do it, I guess. You're not setting yourself up for disappointment or anything.
that's right. If I don't want to practice, then it's all on me, and I can't get mad at somebody else.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. That's sort of like where I'm at with my creative stuff too. I just sort of want to work on my own stuff, um, and not sort of. When I studied animation and film, I did a lot of group work there, and I'm just like I mean, I'm not saying that group work's bad. Like if you've got a good group, but it just kind of gave me a really nasty taste in my mouth for it, and I just kind of want to do my own thing, like work on my own projects.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Mm.
It
Like
gets
I
so
do.
hard, especially
Sorry.
when I was just saying it's so hard when you got to rely on somebody else, and most people aren't reliable.
Yeah. No. I suppose you found that out the hard way with a lot of
Oh yes,
over the years. Yeah.
I remember. I
Uh,
don't know if Rod remembers this or not, but we booked a show, and we had it booked like months in advance. And the day the show shows up, the singer calls me and says, "Yeah, I can't make it tonight. I've got to work." I'm like, "What do you mean work? We booked the show 2 months ago, so you could make sure you were off for work." He's like, "Well, I've got to work." And I was like, "Well, that's fine. We'll play anyways." I was like, "I'll make up lyrics or something, whatever. I don't care. We're gonna play anyway." Come
that
time for the
sucks.
show, and the singer was there. He was mad, but he was there.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah, it just I don't know. And
Yeah.
as I've got older, I've realized this, but I didn't at the time. I've got like anxiety and some other problems, and I
Yeah.
obsess over things. And so, like, if I'm playing music, I obsess over the music. So when I was in those bands, I obsessed over it. Everything had to be right. We had to do everything and play these shows. We had to do this stuff. Now, when I'm working on comic books, it's the same way. I obsess over it. Like, what's funny is like, um, I'll give the script to the artist, and I don't care what it looks like. I'm not that. I care because I, I know what's. I care if it's good art, but I mean, I'm not going to be like super picky and be like, "Oh, you need to redraw this. You need to redraw this." I'm not obsessive about that. I'm obsessive about receiving it on time. Then I obsess over putting it together, and I obsess over shipping it and packing it. And that, like this right here, this book has been driving me crazy because even when I'm not working on it, I'm obsessing over it and thinking about it.
Yeah. So you want it to be the best it can be, like with your ability, sort of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
and you see, in a band situation, Rod probably remembers. Rod was like he says in chat. We also had a lot of practice sessions of just you and me. Hard to count on a lot of people. Yeah, and Rod was one of those guys. He's an old school type of guy. If Rod tells you he's going to do something, he'll do something. I mean, if he falls and breaks his leg, you can still count on him to be there because he said he was going to be there. That's just Rod. He's the old school kind of guy, and all these other guys you just couldn't count on. And I don't know. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, you got to have reliable people, or else, like, what's the point of them being there? You know, like,
Yeah. Well, I know I probably took a lot of frustration out on people who didn't deserve it, but
yeah,
I know better now. I guess that's just part of getting older and
yeah,
realizing that you're insane. You can control it a little bit better when you're insane, if you know
exactly, exactly. Yeah, it helps you deal with all the crap as well.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, like, so serious for years, I would have like not panic attacks, but anxiety attacks. I did not realize what they were. My mood could change at the drop of a hat, just over nothing. It was weird.
yeah. You still get
And
them, or
well, not as bad because now I know what's happening.
yeah,
Uh, like my mood would change. Like if the wind could blow the wrong way, my mood would change for no reason. And as I got older, I figured out this runs on my mom's side of the family. Several family members have the same thing, and
yeah,
actually getting the axle helped me a lot. I don't know what it is about that goofy dog, but I can't stay in a bad mood like that. Like before, I'd get in the mood no matter. I would know I was in a bad. I knew exactly what was happening, but I could not shake it. You know what I mean?
yeah. He
And
needs his daddy.
now he's just like, hey, he just comes, and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
I can come in and be in a bad mood, and he can poop in the floor. And like he actually, if it storms really bad, he gets scared and he gets upset and freaks out, and he'll poop in the floor and tear stuff apart. Well, the other night I was actually home, but the bedroom door I didn't prop it open good, so it closed, and he couldn't find me, so he ran around the house and pooped in the floor. And I got up and found it, and I couldn't get mad. I just kind of laughed. I was like, because I felt bad for him because I knew why he pooped in the floor. But like, even if I'm in a bad mood, I could see that, and I don't know how to explain it.
yeah, yeah. You don't want to roast him over it.
I don't,
Just,
but I mean,
yeah.
like, just him being here is like being the best thing I ever done was getting a dog.
Yeah, they really are man's best friend.
I think sometimes people don't deserve dogs because they're so good.
Oh hell yeah.
See, quite a few people are chatting in the chat, and I'm not been keeping up with it.
Oh sorry, I should probably help read them as well.
It's all right. I'm not packing anything right now. I got those. I had 20 of those to pack, so I got those packed up, and I'm gonna ship those before I start on the next bunch, so I don't get any of them confused. Firefox Pro says just need to get past this book. That's exactly right. Once I get this shipped, I've got everything figured out. I learned a ton on this book, so I know what to do, what not to do. He also says my wife's Celtic band had a hard time keeping a bassist, so it broke up. Oh man, you don't even know about bassists. Like Rod says, bass players are always hard for us to find good bass players. That is, we had a guy that was probably the best bass player I've ever heard, and he's a cool guy. He's a really cool guy, but you cannot depend on him for anything. You
But
could
he's
like,
really good at what he does.
oh, he's an amazing bass player, but
Yeah.
I mean, if he called me and said, "Hey, man, I'm walking across the street," I'd have to go and watch to make sure he actually was because you can't believe anything he said.
Oh man.
But he's a good guy. I mean, if you want to hang out with him and stuff, he's funny, easygoing, but you couldn't rely on him for anything.
Yeah.
And then Firefox Pro says they finally got a good one who's reliable, and then he got a new job and moved states. Yeah, that's usually what happened. One thing that happened to me quite a bit was um, nobody wanted to play bass, or sometimes they didn't want to play drums. And So I would have to. I have guitar equipment, but I'd have to end up being the bass player or the drummer because nobody else wanted to do it.
Oh,
Rod
you've
says his
been
grandma died 100 times. Yeah, I don't know how many grandmas that dude had, but it must have been a bunch. Yeah, people are just crazy.
yeah, unpredictable. It's the unknown that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
See,
a
I
little
would
bit. Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, well, I'm high functioning autistic, so like being in public places kind of freaks me out. So but yeah, it's just sort of like real overwhelming for me, like being in shopping malls and things like that. I live out in the country, back in my hometown now. Um, but yeah, I it's been pretty hard. I never was like diagnosed or anything with it when I was a kid or anything. It's just something I sort of, I don't know. I guess they stuck a label on it when I'm older.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just it's there's definitely something to it because yeah, I notice it like, and when you're a kid and stuff, like you've got certain traits. Like not no two cases are the same, but there are similar traits between people that have it, and the female and male sort of traits are different as well. So it's real weird. That just like yeah, social, real like bad social anxiety and things
See,
like that.
I have, dude, I am the worst. And what's funny is I can get on a stage and play music in front of 100,
Yeah,
150 people, and it not bother me. But you put me in a room with 5 people, or even one other person, and I'll freak out.
yeah,
I don't like meeting people. I don't like strangers. I don't like you're talking about being in public places with lots of people. Like going, I can't even hardly. If I go to Walmart in this small town, I get upset.
mate. You need to move here. It's like a population of 13,000. You'll be sweet.
Well, I mean, where I'm at, there's nobody really here. I'm way out in the country and everything, but I don't
Yeah,
know. I got my. It comes from my mom's side of the family. They're a bunch of crazy people.
that's good. Crazy's good.
Well, it's good when you will admit it, but nobody will admit that they're crazy. I'm like, you're all
Oh
crazy, and they're like, no, we're not. We're fine.
no, I'm not. Everyone else is. Well, that could be true too. Everyone else could be, but yeah,
It's well, there's not. You can't really define normal, anyways.
you can't. What is normal in a world of weirdos?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real.
it'd be boring if we're all the same.
Definitely, it would be pretty boring. Oh man, so I've got over half of my book shipped out. I can't wait to get the other half done.
Awesome, good progress.
Yeah, like just now, a little over 30, close to 40 something books. I'm not sure. I packed up a huge stack, but uh, that'll put me over halfway. So, because I'm pretty close to halfway right now.
Oh, nice. So what's next for Doug? Have you got like another book lined up or?
I've got an artist working on Lone Wolf issue 2.
Oh, cool.
That that's the follow up to uh, to this,
Well, that's awesome.
and I've got a guy working on a book, comic, a 24-page comic I wrote called Psychotron.
Oh,
So, Rod, I still got your message. You sent it to me. So when I get to your order, I'll be able to make sure I've got your address. If I have to, I'll just ask you for it again. But I've got it marked down that you got a new address. I had a couple people change addresses on me, so I've saved their messages and stuff.
oh, that's good. You can do that.
Yeah,
Be pretty overwhelming.
yeah. Because
Uh,
after I got all the orders, I locked them in, and it doesn't let people change stuff after that because there's a, there's a group of people who don't do anything but cause drama, and they'll get a bunch of people to go and back the book, and then they'll wait till at the last minute, like if you're close to funding or whatever, and they'll all pull out so your book will fail.
Oh, that's lame, man.
So on my book, every day when I got orders, I would lock it. So if somebody wants a refund, they have to ask instead of just refunding.
That's the way to do it, eh?
Which I mean, and I don't care. Like if somebody wanted a refund right now, I'd give them I gave a refund a couple of months ago, but you know, all you
It's,
gotta
it's
do, all you gotta do is ask.
I mean, it's okay if it's legit, like just financial hardship or something. But if you're just doing it to be a dick, like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if somebody messaged me right now and said, you know what, I just don't want your book anymore, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. I'd send their money back, and I just have
oh
an
man,
extra book.
sounds like very similar to like customer service in any job.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
doing like I did McDonald's for like 10 years experience at McDonald's, not all together, but just like over the years, I
Yeah.
left and come back. But man, if I if I had done 10 years, I probably would have killed myself. 10 years straight.
I
But
work. I'll go
I
ahead,
put
man.
my uh, I put my hand on the grill just to feel something.
Oh man,
Nah.
I
Um,
worked. I worked at Walmart for 6 years straight. That nearly drove me insane.
at Walmart. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What were you doing there? Filling shelves? Or,
Um, I worked third shift on the floor crew. Like we would sweep the floors and mop the bathrooms and wax the floor and stuff like that. It was it was awful. It was the worst. The job wasn't bad, but like I was in my 20s, so I would get off work and stay up all day running around doing stuff. And so I'd only get 2 3 hours of sleep. So I was a zombie for like most of those years. And I made a bunch of really stupid decisions and did a bunch of stupid stuff.
well, that's not your fault.
Man, I can only blame so much of it on lack of sleep. But if I'd have been responsible and home with the bed, I probably would have done so much stupid
Being young as well, it happens. I've
things.
done some stuff that I regret, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
waste
it's pretty crazy.
waste your time with stuff that you shouldn't have things.
Yeah. Like I got years I wasted. It's like, what was I doing? I should have quit Walmart and went and got a different job.
Yeah, well, you've reached you know the area where you've found that you're comfortable most at, so that's good. Like doing comics and yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
just
it.
went from music to comic books. The
And
only
you've
thing that sucks
published
is
them.
I still have a team that I have to rely on.
You've published your book and you've been in bands and that. That's a hell of a good achievement. So yeah,
Well, I'm glad you think so. Nobody around here even cares. In my small little town, nobody gives a flip.
oh,
Rod says, as dumb as it sounds, I sometimes delay going to bed because I'm dreading waking up the next day. I do the same thing.
yeah.
Or
As
actually, what
well.
I do is I lay in bed and dread it all night, and then when I finally do go to sleep, it's like 30 minutes before I have to get up.
Yeah, man, I was the same. Like working in quite a few jobs, I've had that. I just can't sleep. And some nights you can, sometimes you can't. And like when I was studying animation and film, I finished that, and then I was working at a warehousing job, just stocking warehouses with goods and that, putting them on containers for shipping to different stores. And I had to get up at like 5 in the morning, and my neighbors were like these young teenagers, and they were partying like all friggin' night, like, and it was just ridiculous. I had like 3 hours sleep before I had to get up and things like that. It's just yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, there was one point I was trying to play in the band and work third shift at the same time, and it was awful. We'd go play shows, and I'd have to drive all the way back to my hometown so I could go to work. It's just stupid.
Yeah. it's pretty high risk as well. It's sort of like people don't seem to realize that you have to be 100% alert in some jobs as well, for safety reasons and driving to and from. Like it's very dangerous. Like if you haven't had enough sleep, that's actually really really dangerous.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty dangerous anyways. Do some karate chops. Well, man, I think I'm going to jump off here and go print some labels for these books and take it easy the rest of the day.
All right. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. And
Hey, thanks for coming on.
it was only supposed to be a short drop by, but here I am. um, all right, buddy. You take it easy.
You too, man. Have a good night. Get some
Yeah.
get some sleep.
Yeah, I should do. It's getting pretty damn late. It's like 5 to 4 in the morning now.
Yeah. Well, everybody in the chat, I'm gonna say bye to you and end the broadcast. So bye.